Hi Scorpio, welcome to your July Astrology Horoscope. This is a generic reading. For those of you who have your Sun, Moon, Rising, Ascendant in Scorpio, this is applicable for you. Remember to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'm uploading a new video every week on my channel Tarot by Anisha now. Remember to go and check the new content and remember to give feedback to me. The big news this month, Scorpios, is a Jupiter retrograde. I'll speak more about that in detail and exactly how specifically it's going to be affecting you and which house it's going to be aspecting. For now, let me break down the month for you. On 10th, we have a new moon that is there in your house of expansion of the mind. This is the house of knowledge, spirituality, and also long distance travel. So new beginnings, Scorpios. Maybe some of you are looking at not just expanding your mind, but I think maybe newer circle, newer people. You could be interacting with different people. You could be in certain cases, some of you could be traveling overseas as well. Maybe there is some amount of, whether it is due to work, for some of you, it also speaks about, if you're studying overseas, your course is coming to its finishing right now, and you could be waiting to start your new term or maybe the next year. On 12th, we have Mercury that is coming and joining this house. So, besides the travel, you can expect some amount of conversations that are happening around again, deepening your understanding about a specific subject. It may be that some of you are involved in research, maybe some of you are having to study really deeply, and which could be expanding your mind. For some of you, it could also be that because you're dealing with people with different cultures, ethnicities, how it is that they work, it could be opening up your mind to the new exposure. On the 22nd, we have Venus that is there in your house of groups of friends, and these are the people who we call our tribe, and you could be having a good time, just not just hanging around with them, but there's a lot of shared interest as well, as far as maybe you listen to the same music, maybe you like to you consume the same literature. They could be also similar goals as far as causes are concerned, so you could feel, you could be bonding quite a lot over there. On 23rd, we have Sun that joins Mars in your house of career and reputation. So it can be that, some amount of accolades, credits are given to you as far as your work is concerned. You're being acknowledged as a leader, or you're being acknowledged as an expert in your field, and good time for recognition from authorities, from people you may report into. It also governs your own, so in some cases, if you have been thinking about changing a job, this is a time where you could be really sitting and thinking about where to go next. 29th, we have Jupiter that is going retrograde in Aquarius, and it stays there till about end of this year. Now, Jupiter is the benefactor, he's the god of sky, he's the planet that rules expansion of the mind, he's known as the guru of all the planets. And it's going to be debilitated later on in Capricorn, and it's not very happy being in a restrictive state, though, of course, it's not as bad as the Saturnian effect. Now, Jupiter for you is going to be making you question your beliefs, your value, the society, the restrictions that the society imposes upon us, and not to be taking everything on face value. Scorpios, it's a good time for you to be questioning maybe certain belief systems, certain conditioning, certain things maybe that people have told you which may not be true. Maybe they're stemming from their fears, their conditioning, and it is could just be a time where they could be projecting on you, and you could be buying into it. So with this entire restrictive energy of Jupiter, and especially because for you this is aspecting in your house of your home, this is also has to do with your roots. Maybe you need to be looking at, what is your worldview, what is your own conditioning, what is your thought process. So if for some of you, you are say phobic about commitment, where is it that it stems from? For some of you, if there is a fear that you need to be in a relationship, or you cannot manage if you're not in a relationship, where does that fear stem from? And because this is all aspecting your roots, your deeper psyche, your even childhood patterns, things that maybe you saw when you were growing up, you need to be questioning them. It's a good time for therapy. It's a wonderful time to be getting a perspective on your own patterns so that you can change them. Globally, we can expect some amount of political strife, and I've spoken about this Saturn Uranus aspect. It's there the entire year, and I'll link a video up for that as well, because Uranus also governs Aquarius, as does Saturn. So while there is this thing about expansion and wanting to know more, there is also the restriction and the limitation that Saturn is going to be offering. So it can be that there is some confusion around information that comes to us. So be careful to check that information. It can be that certain policies, restrictions, maybe information is not given very clearly, or the government or the authority figures are not as transparent as they should be. So question everything that you get. Question, because some of the things could be coming from other people's, their own belief system, their own values, which again may or may not be true. So you need to be taking your own decisions, and that you can do when you have enough clarity and you have enough information. Wonderful time for personal growth, wonderful time for self development, great time to do a course correction. So if they are in the last 3 months also, you can look if there's certain decisions that you have taken, if you need to be changing those, good time to be rectifying that as well. You can be tested as far as your knowledge is concerned, whether you are working hard to absorb it and hence implement it. It can also test a new romance in certain cases, wherein that you are really being asked about your own sense of commitment, or whether or not you are ready to commit. It's the Jupiter retrograde over here, while of course the political unrest, and we can again, because it's restricted now, or we can look at maybe for the next quarter that the COVID numbers do shrink. But in October, we can expect another spike as far as the pandemic is concerned, and hence again the backlash with the government authority figures, wherein that the restrictions come down again, and they could very well be another lockdown. On the 30th, we have Mars that is joining Venus in your house of groups of people, and Mars and Venus are doing a beautiful waltz for the next couple of months. So, good news as far as groups of friends are concerned. Wonderful time to be collaborating, great time to be getting together with people. And these are the people whom you identify as your own tribe, with people whom you identify a lot. So, good times over there. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Scorpios. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I'm putting up a new video now every week. You'll stay updated with all the new work that goes up. I'll see you soon, and thank you so much for